Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for being here for this meeting of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel. Thank you all home for watching. Before we get started, we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. So would everybody please rise. And Councilman Lupinacci, would you lead us?
Yes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, John. Okay, once again, good evening, everyone. Tonight's Town Board meeting is a Town Board voting meeting, and prior to coming out here to the public session, the Town Board met at 6 p.m. in executive session with Councilwoman Susie McDonough to discuss personnel matters within a town department. So for the record, all Town Board members are present with us this evening, as is our Town Clerk, Ann Spofford, all the way down to my right. Ann, thanks for being here. All the way down to my left, our Town Council, Greg Fulchetti, is with us also. So the first item on the agenda is to accept the Town Board minutes of April 4th and April 18th, 2018. I need a motion to accept those.
So moved.
So moved by Councilwoman McDonough. I need a second. Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, first resolution on the agenda this evening is a resolution pursuant to Chapter 104 of the Town Code of the Town of Carmel. Councilman Schneider, would you read number 1, please?
Resolved that pursuant to Town Code Section 104-8, the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby waives the application of the provisions of Chapter 104 of the Town Code entitled Noise with respect to the County of Putnam and its Friday Night Barbecue Series events that are scheduled for the following dates at Putnam County Golf Club. And this will be running every Friday from June 1st through September 8th, 2018, excluding September 1st. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Okay, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli? Yes. Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution number 2 is a resolution authorizing attendance at a seminar. Susie, would you read 2, please?
Sure. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell and Principal Account Clerk Eileen Brennan to attend the New York State and Local Retirement System Employer Education Seminar being held May 11th, 2018 in Poughkeepsie, New York. And be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel authorizes payment of reasonable and necessary expenses incurred in connection therewith upon audit. I offer this resolution as read.
Seconded.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci and Councilman Schneider. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 3, is a resolution authorizing attendance at a seminar as well. And Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 3?
Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell to attend the 2018 Town Finance School Seminar offered by the New York Associations of Towns and the Office of New York State Comptroller, being held on May 3rd, 2018 through May 4th, 2018 in Saratoga Springs, New York. And be it further resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel authorizes payment for reasonable and necessary expenses incurred in connection therewith upon audit. I offer this resolution as read.
Seconded.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Schneider. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. And I think it's great. It's really a benefit to the town that our comptroller is attending these seminars. You know, it's so they're going to get the latest and the greatest with respect to town finance law. I believe the state comptroller is going to be there as well. It's to speak at the seminar tomorrow. So they really get a lot of good information that comes out of these seminars, and it's very beneficial to the town that we attend these schools and training. So it's good that Mary Ann's there. She actually left today, so she's up there. She'll be at class first thing in the morning. So thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 4, is a resolution authorizing payment for equipment. This is for the Town of Carmel Highway Department. Councilman Borelli, would you read 4?
Resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, and upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Highway Superintendent Michael Simone, hereby authorizes payment to Pine Plains Tractor and Equipment, Inc., of Pine Plains, New York, for services rendered in connection with mower repairs in the amount of $12,408.44, in accordance with the invoice dated February 16, 2018. I offer this resolution as read, and for the public's knowledge, this wasn't a lawnmower repair for $12,000. It was a big tractor repair for $12,000 that was classified under a mower.
It's a $100,000 machine.
Right.
It's with the big arm.
The big arm.
That does the side of the road.
It's the,
I
yeah.
second the motion.
Okay, so it's offered by Councilman Borelli, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote?
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 5, is a resolution authorizing payment for repairs, Town of Carmel Water District Number 2, Town of Carmel Water District Number 7. Councilman Schneider, would you read 5, please?
Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of Carmel Water District Number 2, and upon the recommendation of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., hereby authorizes payment to Ed Cook Excavating of Carmel, New York, the sum of $5,522 for services rendered in connection with hydrant replacement on Houston Road, Old Route 6, in the Carmel Water District Number 2 distribution system, in accordance with the invoice dated March 28, 2018. And be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of Carmel Water District Number 7, and upon the recommendation of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., hereby authorizes payment to B&J Plumbing of Mahopac, New York, in the sum of $5,924.15 for services rendered in connection with repairs at the Vinland Road Booster Station in accordance with the invoice dated April 11, 2018. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote?
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried.
Still.
Still jumping it.
Okay, next resolution, number 6, is a resolution authorizing the filing of the annual MS4 Stormwater Report. Councilwoman McDonough, would you read 6, please?
Sure. Whereas the town board has been presented with a draft annual MS4 stormwater report prepared by the Town of Carmel Engineering Department, and whereas opportunity for public comment on the draft annual MS4 report is being provided by the town board. Now therefore be it resolved that upon the conclusion of the 30-day comment period and the consideration of any comments, Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to sign and file said report as drafted by Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote?
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 7, is a resolution declaring equipment old and obsolete and authorizing disposal of same. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 7, please?
Resolved that upon the recommendation of Chief of Police Michael Kazari, the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby declares the equipment listed and enumerated in the memorandum dated April 16, 2018, which is incorporated herein and made a part hereof, be obsolete and authorize their disposal in accordance with the town law, including but not limited to Town Law, Section 64, 2-A. I offer this resolution as read.
Okay,
Second.
offered by Councilman Lupinacci, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote?
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 8, is a resolution authorizing subject to permissive referendum construction of drainage improvements throughout and in and for the town of Carmel, Putnam County, New York, at a maximum estimated cost of $125,000, and authorizing the issuance of $125,000 of bonds said to pay for said cost thereof. Councilman Borelli, would you read 8, please?
This is a resolution authorizing borrowing up to $125,000 for construction of drainage improvement with a useful life of 40 years, subject to a permissive referendum. I offer this resolution as pre-filed with Ann Spofford, Town Clerk, and as read. I
Second.
offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, offered by Councilman Borelli, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote?
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 9, is a resolution authorizing, subject to permissive referendum, the purchase of machinery for maintenance purposes for the town of Carmel, Putnam County, New York, at a maximum estimated cost of $600,000, and authorizing the issuance of $600,000 in bonds of said town to pay for the cost thereof. Councilman Schneider, would you read number 9, please?
This is a resolution authorizing borrowing up to $600,000 for the purpose of purchasing of machinery for maintenance with a useful life of 15 years, subject to permissive referendum. I offer this resolution as pre-filed with Ann Spofford, Town Clerk, and as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote?
Councilman Morelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 10, is a resolution authorizing, subject to permissive referendum, the issuance of $750,000 in bonds of the said town of Carmel, Putnam County, New York, to pay for the cost of road reconstruction and resurfacing throughout and in for said town of Carmel. Councilwoman McDonough, would you read 10, please?
Sure. This is a resolution authorizing borrowing up to $750,000 for road reconstruction and resurfacing with a useful life of 15 years, subject to permissive referendum. I offer this resolution as pre-filed with Ann Spofford, Town Clerk, and as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Morelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. And these last three resolutions that we read and approved, these are Highway Superintendent Mike Simone's annual request that he comes to the town board for annually. It's about this time of year. He brings it to our attention and presents them in February or March, and then we approve the funding for his projects. So as you heard, these are for paving throughout the town. It's approximately 7 miles of road, I believe that this would cover, 6 to 7 miles of road. Drainage projects, stormwater drainage projects, where he improves the drainage on certain roads that he identifies in the town of Carmel, or he improves certain drainage projects where old corrugated pipe has to be replaced with newer style hard plastic pipe. Some of the older pipe is failing and it's collapsing, so he's got to change that old pipe out and install the new pipe. And the other borrowing was for machinery, equipment. So we've been pretty much borrowing money and funding money. I think last year, we may have paid for the trucks outright, correct, from savings?
Some of them.
Some of them.
Not all of it, but some of the trucks.
The board's been putting money away or including funding in our annual budget for equipment for the highway department. So there are times when we could buy the vehicles outright without borrowing money for them, without bonding them. This year, we're going to be borrowing the money because, as we've been mentioning over the past 6, 8, maybe 10 months, borrowing money, the interest rates is very low, so borrowing money is very cheap these days. It doesn't cost us a lot. We have a double A1 bond rating, so we're able to save money with respect to interest rates because they're so low right now. So it makes sense to borrow money now. So that's what we did this year without paying for them out of savings. We're just going to borrow the money for them. We have $250,000 that we do have in capital reserve funding for highway equipment. We're going to keep that money in that line, and next year, during the budget time, we'll probably add money to that line as well, probably double what we have there now, so we'll add another $250,000. So we'll have $500,000 in savings. So at some point, we may want to just outright buy the vehicles as opposed to borrow for them. But for the purposes of tonight, we're going to be bonding the money and borrowing it for those capital projects that you heard us approve tonight.
We're authorizing the borrowing. We don't have to borrow, but at least we have to authorize it
Good
to start
point, John.
the process. But yeah, we have to do this step one, but we can deviate from this.
Later on down the road, yeah. Okay. All right, so I just wanted to mention that, and thank you, John, for adding that. So number 11 is a resolution authorizing the purchase of vehicles for the Town of Carmel Highway Department. This is just authorizing the purchase because the highway superintendent, when he went out and got proposals, pricing for the new trucks, there was going to be a price change as of May 1st. So if he waited till after May 1st, there was going to be a price change in the vehicles that he's purchasing, international trucks. You'll hear what they are tonight when we read the resolution. So that's why we needed to authorize the highway superintendent to purchase these vehicles, or at least put the order in now, so he gets it at the old price as opposed to the price change, which took effect on May 1st. All right, so the last resolution, number 11, authorizing purchase of vehicles. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 11, please?
Sure. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Highway Superintendent Michael Simoni, hereby authorizes the purchase of two 2018 7500 SFA 4x4 International trucks with dump body and snowplow package from Arco Motors, New Windsor, New York, under Onondaga bid award contract number 7823 at an aggregate cost not to exceed $507,195.85, or $253,597.92 per truck, and in accordance with the proposal / quote dated April 24th, 2018. And be it further resolved that Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt and/or Highway Superintendent Michael Simoni is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentations necessary to accept the proposal and authorize the actions contained herein. And be it further resolved that Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Seconded.
Seconded by Councilman Schneider. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes. Motion carried. And I just want to mention that, you know, what the highway superintendent's been doing, and this town board, in agreement with him, is we seem to be on a two-vehicle per year replacement for the fleet of the larger trucks and some of the smaller lowboys. And it makes sense because you guys recall that one year we had to buy 6 of them?
Yeah.
We had to fund 6 new trucks in 1 year because we hadn't been buying new trucks. We hadn't been authorizing funding
proactive.
for new trucks. So we're being proactive now, and we're in agreement with the highway superintendent. If we continue, we replace 2 a year, and some of the smaller trucks also, the smaller dump trucks, the low boys, and some other machinery as he needs it. We're gonna keep up with the fleet. So the fleet's gonna keep rotating, so 2 in, 2 out per year, which makes sense because, you know, some of them were really aging to the point where they probably shouldn't have continued to use them because of the condition of them. So this makes sense, and I'm glad that the board's doing this, and the highway superintendent is proposing this annually. So we keep up on our fleet this way. That makes sense. All right, so that completes the agenda items for this evening's town board voting meeting. Is there anybody here tonight with us that would like to come up and comment on agenda items only at this time? Any of the resolutions that we voted on or covered come on up at this time? Okay, there being none, we're going to move on to the open forum, new business portion of the meeting, where anyone can come up. You must be a resident, taxpayer, or business owner to comment at this portion of the meeting. Come on up at this time. Any new business that you'd like to discuss with the board? Okay, all right. There being none, John, you want to make that announcement?
Sure. I've been announcing this for the last couple of weeks. Great cause and great activities within the community. This Friday, May 4th, Paint the Town Purple. Please help the American Cancer Society paint the town purple in support of Relay for Life. Join us as we paint Mahopac purple in honor of cancer survivors and raise awareness and funds in the fight against cancer. For more information on Paint the Town Purple, you can contact Nicole Borelli Stern at Linlow Associations, 914-804-2771. You could contact Mahopac Flower Shop, Michael there, and they will arrange purple bows. You can contact Dan Frazier at Frazier Brothers Hardware. They have purple lights at the store. And this is all I call it a pep rally, a month-long pep rally for the Relay for Life of Mahopac, celebrating 20 years of hope. Relay for Life is January 2nd, noon to midnight at the Mahopac, June 2nd, noon to midnight, Mahopac High School. You can contact Tracy Walsh if you'd like more information. And again, this Friday is Paint the Town Purple. I did get a little sneak peek at the police car that was decked out in purple ribbon. I really like it. It actually looks very nice. So great cause, great community event, and you know, the town of Carmel, the hamlet of Carmel, the hamlet of Mahopac and Mahopac Falls really rallies around one another, and you know, does some good causes, and this is one of the good ones.
Yeah, and that's why, thank you, John, that's why it makes us such a great community, because of the community spirit, the community pride, and the support that this community has for the American Cancer Society Relay for Life and painting the town purple. So let's all show that community pride and really decorate the town nicely. This Friday is the Paint the Town Purple Day, so I know some of it has already begun, but really the major effort will be starting this Friday. So, if you're listening out there and you want to help us out, painting the town purple, get your bows, your purple flags, your lights, whatever you like to put up, signs, but don't put the signs in the right of way. Signs to show that community spirit and pride. So thank everybody in advance. And Nicole Borelli-Stern is here tonight. Nicole, thank you so much for all you do. I know you do a lot. You work tirelessly for months on this effort, to paint the town purple. So thank you so much. And Tracy Walsh from the American Cancer Society also really does quite a bit, as everyone else does. But thank you for that. So, anybody else have anything they want to add? You want to talk a little bit about the?
Well,
was
do the
Jonathan?
signs last, let Jonathan
Jonathan?
Sue go first.
All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about the signs. You want to open that up?
About the signs?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to talk about the
Mike
signs.
is,
The
Okay.
informational meetings, the meetings.
Jonathan Sue wanted to say something?
yeah, did you want to say something about that, Jonathan?
Oh, in regard, okay, yeah, Councilman Borelli had come up with a recommendation in regards to some informal work session items that we would be discussing in the future. So I believe on work session agendas, what we'll start doing is, in the next few weeks, we're going to start looking at beginning about 6 p.m. instead. We'll have a informal agenda, but we're going to try to post that a couple weeks early in regards to some long-term planning items that we need to be discussing. We're going to be looking at items like our parks and recreation, our codes, master plan, infrastructure, but things that'll really need discussion. That'll take a lot more than what a traditional work session can give us. We're going to come up with a few different rules in regards to how it'll be run under Robert's Rules of Orders, when the public will be able to comment. I believe Councilman Della Chapa had done this back in the day,
Yeah,
according to Councilman Borelli, and I think it's a great idea. I look forward to it. I think it was a great suggestion, and I think that it'll help us to continue to achieve the goals that we've been looking at doing, and this is just another avenue that we'll be able to have these discussions as well, because I think that we should be posting that agenda a couple weeks in advance, since it will be informal discussion. I hope that we'll be able to get a lot of feedback from the public in regards to that. And I think that that's really where democracy shines, is when the public is able to come and talk about what their feelings are and what their beliefs are, and this should be a great venue for that type of feedback. And I commend Councilman Borelli. I think it's a spectacular idea. I love it, and I look forward to bringing it on.
Yep.
All right, great. Thanks, Jonathan. Thank you.
Thanks for the compliment, John, but it was pretty much everybody's idea. I have something to say, which is not as nice as everybody else's. But as we celebrate Purple Day, and as the store owner or property owner puts their purple bow out, or ribbon or sign, please pay attention to the illegal signs that are on your property and your neighbor's property, and please take a minute at the same time, because the board has instructed the compliance officer to go 110% through the Hamlet of Carmel and the Hamlet of Mayapack and Route 6 and Route 52, and he started already. There was 43 citations written in the last 10 days, and I can guarantee there'll be 43 citations written in 10 days to come. The judges are aware of this crackdown. The town attorneys are aware of this crackdown. The ribbons, the flags, the duplication of real estate signs, the duplication and triplication of lawn signs, plowing signs put up illegally on light posts and telephone poles are all going to come down. It's for the benefit of everybody. So for the plow guy that has his phone number up there, if everybody that passes it tomorrow calls that phone number and tells him to take his sign down, he'll get the hint. If the lawn person that has his phone number illegally up on that light pole, if everybody calls them, tell them to take it down, they'll get the hint. But the compliance officer is going full steam ahead, and the judges have been asked to use the full strength of the law to clean up Route 6 in both hamlets and the side streets. This is going to happen, it's happening now, and just fair warning, you can't have flags up so it looks like Boston Post Road and duplications of signs. The community's starting to look really, really poorly to other communities that don't allow this. And this board is going to stop this right now, tonight. So please, as you celebrate Purple Day and put your purple banners up, which we all want to see, please take down the illegal sign you passed when you put that purple ribbon up. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Mike. And I may want to add, you covered pretty much everything, but there is also outdated signs, faded signs, torn signs. They look horrible. You know,
Signs with nothing on them
Nothing on
anymore.
them. Yeah,
But the
because
person that knows who put it up.
yeah, and it's faded out. It's gone. Take it down, for God's sakes. You know, this is our community. This is our town. And I agree with everything that Mike said, and the board's in agreement. You know, let's make it attractive. Let's keep it clean. Let's keep it nice. You know, we want people to come here. You know, but when people drive down our Route 6 corridor and they see all the garbage all around and the illegal signs and, you know, everything, flags hanging here, flags hanging there, you know, it just looks bad. You know who you are, the property owners. Please, help us beautify the town and make it attractive by doing your job and you know, addressing those issues on your property. Don't wait until the compliance officer comes out there. Don't wait until the building inspector comes out. Do it now, because if you don't do it, he's going to be visiting you, and you're going to get a violation. You know, so being compliant, and if you're not sure whether you're in compliant or not, whether it's illegal or illegal, call the building department and speak with someone in the building department and ask them about your advertisement or your sign that you're putting up. Is it legal or is it illegal? You know, can you do it? Can I do it? You know, and they'll give you the answer. But don't just put it up and just assume that it's okay, because it's probably not. And the other thing is tag sale signs. Come on, people. When your tag sale is over, just go out and take your signs down that you put up all over town. You shouldn't be putting them up to begin with, but if you do, take them down. You know, I've seen signs up for weeks on end, and they just fail to go out and collect their signs once the sale is over. Just do us a favor, do everybody a favor, and do your neighbors a favor and the community. Go out and take them down, throw them out once the sale's over.
And one more thing, did I?
All right, go ahead, please.
And for the property owners and business owners that thinks it's a cost of doing business by going to get a slap on the wrist in the local courts, the days of the slap in the wrist is over. They're instructed to go to the fullest extent of the law to clean up the town.
Okay, thanks, Mike. All right, does anybody else have anything else they'd like to add?
Just
And
that the
under
street
announcements?
fair up in Carmel was a
Oh,
success.
yeah, great
This past
success.
weekend.
Yeah.
It was very crowded, well-attended, and it was nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it really was.
So
Yeah,
they
there were
kudos,
hundreds
they
of
did a
people
great
there.
job.
A lot of 100 vendors
Yep.
were there. A lot of folks. The weather was beautiful, you know, so
Yeah.
they had events for the children, games, prizes, rides, things like that, so it's really wonderful. So it's actually in both hamlets now, in Hamlet of Carmel in the
Yep.
spring,
And now,
and in the fall, the Mahopac Street Festival, and the Columbus Day Parade are on the same date, right? So that's always nice, so. All right, that concludes the town board meeting for tonight. We do have to go back into executive session because we didn't wrap up to finish up our discussions from earlier. So I need a motion to go back to executive session. Okay, so moved by Councilwoman McDonough, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Good night, everyone. Be well. We're going to close the meeting from executive session. We'll see you next week, next Wednesday, for a town board work session. Good night. Be well.